else, who is our technical guru between other things, and a wonderful speaker with 35 or more years in radio reporting. And he's helping many of us, and that is now his time, the second time he's helping guides. Whenever they need. And Graham title is Thinking Things Through.
Madam Toastmaster, Vice President of Education, ladies and gentlemen, imagine that you're a young child. You're in a room. In front of you, there are chocolates in a bowl. And a man has said to you, okay, there are chocolates here. I want you to leave these chocolates alone. I will come back in 15 minutes, and if all of these chocolates are still here, you'll get even more chocolates. What would you do? Would you sit there like a good little boy or girl, leaving those chocolates alone, knowing that you are going to get greater rewards? Or would you say, no, I don't care about later. There are chocolates here now, and I'm going to eat them. Yeah, I know which one I would choose. I have absolutely no self-control, particularly when it comes to chocolate. There's an interesting, the reason I mention this is that there has actually been a study where this was done. And they found, you might find this interesting, that those who lacked self-control, those that took the chocolates then, wanting them now, not caring about the future, are more likely to become delinquents when they grow up. But it's not quite as clean cut as that. Later studies show that, in fact, children in depressed areas are more likely to get involved in crime if they have low self-control. Children with high self-control in poor areas don't turn into delinquents. Children with low self-control in middle-class areas don't turn into delinquents. It's got to be the two things together that actually lead to delinquency. I thought I'd mention that, but I'm a chocolate eater.
So let's hope that our guru will come back. And until then, I have to tell you that Graham finished just now his DTM because in so many years he had problem with some club who didn't want to let him do the high performance leadership that he imagined. So she had a lot of problem with high performance leadership. And you know what he chose as path? Two paths who lead to high performance leadership.
So he gets more of the same.
Because he chose before the chocolate time, the most who came. So until he comes back, I will give Svetlana. Are you ready to tell us your story? Svetlana, title is a pathway guide every. Can you tell? No.
Pathways and everything else.
Pathway and everything else. And Svetlana, I have to tell you that for me it was
I shall start again so that, because it is an icebreaker and I want it to try and work together. So what would you do if you're in a room where you're, yes, we're running out of time? All right, after the chocolate, I am a chocolate eater. I am impulsive. Sometimes it works. For my life story, for example, there have been some changes that I've made that have worked really well for me when I've been impulsive. But sometimes, well, pathways is an example. I took the assessment for pathways multiple times, and each time it came up with a different suggested path for me to take, or a different group of paths, and none of them were what I wanted to do. Now, unlike Michelle, who decided she was just going to bite the bullet and learn what she didn't know, I wanted to get a path that I wanted to do, and so I ended up choosing the paths that I wanted to do. Effective coaching and innovative planning. They were two paths that I thought I would like to do. You know what I didn't do when I was deciding on which paths to do? I didn't look toward the end of each path to see what they culminated in. And so guess what I've got in both effective coaching and innovative planning? High performance leadership projects. Now, high performance leadership projects, that's where you have to put together a team to achieve something significant. The High Performance Leadership Project was the one major stumbling block that stopped me from getting my Distinguished Toastmaster when I was first Toastmaster 30-something years ago. And the High Performance Leadership Project was the very last, the absolute very last thing that I had to do to get my Distinguished Toastmaster this time around. And I finally got it. So I am now a Distinguished Toastmaster, and I have done a High Performance Leadership Project, and I held to myself the thought, I never have to do another High Performance Leadership. Oh yes, yes I do. I've got 2 of them. I also have, by the way, taken the Presentation Mastery path, which doesn't have a High Performance Leadership Project. It does, in fact, have 20 and 25-minute speeches, but that's not the point. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be choosing a path, and if you haven't already chosen a path, you will be choosing a path, you might like to look ahead and see what is involved in that path. Things might sound really good, but they aren't always quite what you expect. Let me give you an example here, and I'm hoping that this screen will share and you'll be able to see what I am bringing up here. There is a matrix which is being created by a Toastmaster, and I think it's a fabulous matrix. I'll just check, is that actually appearing on the screen, by the way, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see the matrix? Yes, you can. This is a matrix of the 10 paths which you can undertake. Dynamic leadership, motivational strategies, persuasive influence. You can see them. I don't need to read them out to you. You'll notice that in all 10 paths, level 1 are all the same. You do the icebreaker, you do the evaluation and feedback, you do researching and presenting. Then when you move down into the next level, level 2, there are a variety of things which come up. Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring is common to all 10 paths. Understanding your leadership style is common to 8 of the paths. Understanding your communication style is common to 5 of the paths. But managing time, effective body language, cross-cultural, active listening, and connect with your audience, they're all in 3 or fewer paths. So when you are choosing the path that you are going to take, ask yourself, which of these do I want to have to do? And then in level 3, there are again some electives which are required. You might like to look at those. But most important of all, take a look down at levels 4 and particularly level 5, where you will find, for example, that there are high performance leaderships required in, guess which projects? Yes, the ones that I've chosen. So if you don't want to do a HPL, choose a path that doesn't include a HPL. If you don't particularly want to do long speeches, 25, 30-minute speeches, then don't choose presentation mastery, because that's what's going to happen. I mean, I have to say, I am really enjoying all of the paths that I'm choosing. Oh, and by the way, this matrix is available for you to download. I've put it up online. All you need to do is go bit.ly/ I'll get back to that in a second. What's pathways? Yeah, so bit.ly/PW matrix. That's pathways matrix, PW matrix, and you can download it from there. I'll stop sharing now, because the point that I want to make is that while I am enjoying all of my paths, and I wouldn't be doing them if I wasn't enjoying them. I mean, I'm a glutton for punishment, but not that big a glutton for punishment. While I am enjoying all of these paths, I do wish that I had thought ahead. I do wish that I had considered what was going to come up. I do wish that I hadn't chosen to do 2 more HPLs, one on top of each other. Maybe I'll learn, but I doubt it. Madam Toastmaster.
you for this wonderful, wonderful story and speech. Many ask me, why do you tell us about HPL? It is nice. It could be nice for some. It was not for me either. I also believe that effective coaching, I am a coach, it will be easy. And I didn't look either at the end what is there to finish. So you are not the only one. And because now we have found ourselves in that pothole, we can help others and prevent others. It was a wonderful scheme, image you showed us. And yes, I hope you will share with all of us later. And put the link in the chat box also, but we will send it to all of our members at the same time. And if you permit, I will put it also in my blog. Yes, I have to tell you that the pathway was before called Revitalized Education Program, but what it did to me, it revitalized me. Now I am going up in the morning. Of course, they asked me what I think first time in the morning, and I think breakfast. But after breakfast, I think, what is my next blog post? And every morning I have something to wake up. I have to write my new blog post.